When somebody asks you, do you shoot weddings? Do you say yes or no? Random discussion. Stay tuned. All right. Today's video is talking about wedding photography. Now, before we start off, I just want to say out there that this video is not meant to knock off any professional wedding photographers out there or skilled photographers that focus on wedding itself. But I just wanted to discuss with this video, I thought it'd be an interesting subject. I recently got asked through Instagram from a client that has asked me to shoot other projects for them, from real estate to other sorts of photography. Now, I came across their radar because I am a visual artist. I shoot photos and I do videos. So, it's within their instinct that, hey, I should ask this person if they do wedding photography. For me personally, I don't publish it out there that I shoot weddings because the type of work that I do is different from the wedding itself. I shoot music videos. I do a lot of small commercials. I produce, but I never really put it out on my social media that I've done weddings before. Maybe it's just me. It might have a negative reaction towards my brand clients, so that's why I never put it out there. I don't know, have you guys come across this situation? I really have to think about this for the sake of, one, I am not a professional wedding photographer. In consideration that I don't do it all the time, there's things I forget as far as the steps of when it comes to the weddings. In the ceremony itself, I already forgot which highlights to really photograph, and I know you can pick up on those and you can learn on those really quickly. Personally, I've only done maybe a handful of weddings in my career, and majority of times I turn them down. But there's instances where I will take it for either consideration of I know them very well and I know that they're not going to be very complicated clients. I don't feel comfortable taking weddings for the sake of that's not my best skill. I question myself if I'm going to actually take on this task. First, I look at the photos that I've done through a wedding. Is it good enough? Is it competitive enough with other photographers? So I doubt myself in that aspect. By looking at my work and the current professional wedding photographers, I second guess myself. Now, this is where I'm very transparent with the client, and I tell them I don't do this as a regular basis, but my pricing is a lot more affordable compared to a working wedding photographer. It is a lot more affordable on my end because I know that they will get better quality through other photographers. And I'm also transparent in a way where I give them other photographers as a sample. So, is it a bad thing? I'm not sure. I'm referring a friend who does this, on a professional level. For me personally, I just feel it's just my right to be transparent. I just don't want a client to be dissatisfied at the end, knowing that they see other images in my work in other aspects and I do a very good job at it, and then when it comes to the wedding, it's mediocre. So that's where I'm having issues with, is the lack of confidence on my end, because one, I am not a very passionate wedding photographer. Like I said, I'm not knocking off professional wedding photographers out there, but for me, I just don't see a drive. I don't see a passion on my end to create something even more stunning. But then again, I'm always proven wrong because I love cutting and shaping light. So if I look at some of my previous work, I was able to cut and shape light. Now, maybe it's because the clients allowed me to do that. I think my worry is it depends on the client. If they are a very difficult client, and if I'm not allowed to do a lot of cutting and shaping, and it also depends on my skills level and lighting, which I tend to use a lot more continuous light rather than flash or strobe. That is my issue. Because I do continuous light, I prefer batteries on the light itself or being able to plug it in. So that is one of my doubts within me. Now, if the client really likes my work and the fact that they feel happy with the quality of work I've done with them before, I will definitely give it a thought that I will pursue the client based on the fact that their personality is great and they're easy to work with and they're not going to be some kind of bridezilla or something like that. What do you guys think? I'm sure there's a lot of people in my position that don't like shooting weddings, and there's wedding photographers out there that do it skillfully, and they probably feel the opposite. I'd like to get a discussion on what do you guys go through when you're asked, do you shoot weddings? And comment below as far as what kind of interesting responses have you guys come up with in ways where your thought process of saying these weddings, are you guys because you do weddings constantly, the same thing over and over again, what is it about the wedding that is exciting? If you're a regular wedding photographer, what excites you to keep going and creating? I know the travel aspects of wedding could be great, that's probably a positive, but I just haven't not come to a point where I feel very excited for a wedding. And 12 years in the game of photography, I always feel like that it's just it's not for me. I hate to turn down jobs because it is paid, especially in these economic times of post-pandemic. Every job makes a difference these days. And living in California, on top of that, we had issues of them passing the law of AB5, which freelancers are not allowed to do 1099 or freelance work. But anyways, that's a whole nother topic. Do you take the job because you really need it? Or do you pass on a job because you're not comfortable with it and you're not happy doing what you want to do in regards to wedding photography? Let's have a discussion, guys. Comment below. I'd love to hear about it. And and maybe I'll do a follow-up video on this topic, wedding photography. I will see you guys on the next video. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace.